And relax, exhale. And let yourself settle into a nice, relaxed rhythm. You inhale deeply, hold it at the top for a couple of seconds, and then an exhale. And just let your mind and body relax. Take stock of mind, body, spirit, and heart. How are you feeling this morning? If your mind is busy, focus on your breathing and let whatever thoughts are moving through your head, just let them flow through. As always, not endeavoring to hold on to those thoughts, but just let them flow through. But notice what you're noticing. Is there something you have not been paying attention to that's trying to get your attention? Are you ignoring what's in your heart, tamping down feelings that need to be released? Know that you are in safe space here amongst your spiritual family. And whatever you're feeling, you can let it bubble up and over. For we accept you and hold you exactly as you are, while also seeing the light of divinity that is you. So we seek here this quiet place that lives within us, that lives as us. This place of peace. This place of peace is our true home, our true north, the seat of all wisdom. And so we rest in that knowledge that all is well and all is good because all is God. All is well. All is good because all is God. So just let your body relax. Let your mind be at ease. Let your heart be free. Let your spirit soar. For you are a unique expression of the divine. Here to love and be loved. Here to share your unique gifts with the world that no one else can share exactly like you do. You are an integral thread in this beautiful tapestry that is humanity, that is life, that is God in expression. You are treasured and necessary to life at this particular time in this place. So we let God and let go. Let God and let go. Knowing each breath brings life. Each breath is life. The physical breath and the breath representing spirit. Every breath in vitalizes the body, sustains it, energizes it, electrifies it. Every breath out is a gift to the world. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know. So here from this place of stillness, power, and peace, we now affirm through song who and what we are. Fear causes us to live in a world of confusion and uncertainty, of desperate striving, of ceaseless battle against that which threatens to pull us down, until finally fear damages the very cells of the body itself. No one really wants fear in his life, but how can one get rid of it? In the first place, and in the ultimate analysis, it is for their very lives that people fear. And wedged into our lifespan is the full category of other fears, big ones and small ones, marring our chance for happiness and contentment. What are you afraid of? Are you sick and afraid that you will not get well? Are you afraid of the future, of the challenges and insecurities of life? Are you afraid that the welfare of your loved ones is in jeopardy? Are you afraid you cannot find a job or that you lack ability to fill the one you have? Are you afraid of the world's opinion or of the moods and tempers of other people? Are you afraid that you will not get your just desserts, or perhaps that you will get them? Are you afraid of long, sleepless nights, and even more afraid of the daybreak that brings with it the necessity of carrying some decision through? 1,001 fears are so interwoven in the fabric of our lives that it would seem impossible to overcome them. Fear is a very human trait, but where God is, there can be no fear. I'll read that again. Fear is a very human trait, but where God is, there can be no fear. Then the one sure antidote for human fear is to remember our connection with God. Be still and know that I am God. Oh, a very wise person just said that a little earlier. That's Psalm 46:10. How many of us have the simple directness and courage of Jesus? How many of us have the faith to remember God and what God stands for in relation to his creation, to put God first and keep him first in the face of every adverse experience, to put ourselves and everything that concerns us in the Father's keeping and keep them there in an absolute fullness of personal surrender, confidence, and trust. Not my will, but thine be done. From Luke chapter 22, prayed Jesus, knowing the omnipotence, omnipresence, and loving kindness of the Father. I do not speak on my own authority, but the Father who dwells in me that does his works. That's from John chapter 14. Jesus said this as he was teaching his disciples concerning the Father. What a wonderful feeling of relief and freedom begins to steal over us once we have caught even the faintest perception of the presence and willingness of Almighty God. God is helping us. God, who is stronger than any of our difficulties, against whom nothing else can stand. How it eases us just to hand over to him our problems, all the snarls and perplexities that have been too much for us. We can feel our taut, strained nerves gratefully relax. God is here. He will see us through. He will tell us what to do. We should be thankful that our minds are so constituted as to make it impossible for us to concentrate more than one thought at a time. While we are concentrating on God's presence and power, we cannot simultaneously entertain thoughts of our personal inadequacies, hardships, and fears. We must direct our thoughts towards God and establish them there. Whether we do this is entirely up to us. Even God cannot do this for us. What we think about, the nature and trend of our thoughts, colors and directs and trend of our lives. What we react to and the way we react constitute for us the emotional structure in which we daily and hourly live. What we believe in by virtue solely of our belief is true for us. Whatever we think may or can hurt us by virtue of our mere belief that it may or can. Through our own belief that it can, we give it that power. If we really believe that a thing cannot injure or affect us, if we really believe that a higher power is working for us against which nothing adverse can stand, as long as we believe this with respect to our individual vulnerability, nothing in the world can touch or affect us. And now our congregation.
I don't know. I feel awkward here. Well, I'm always blocking someone. I hope y'all love being here as much as I do. Yes. Today's word of the day is renunciation. The allegory of Noah and the flood portray in a wonderful symbology the manner in which one of the 12 fundamental faculties of being works in unfolding perfection. The faculty of renunciation is twofold in action. It eliminates error and expands the good. The word Noah symbolizes sweet rest and comfort that come after the soul has worked out in consciousness certain problems, both good and evil, and has perceived that there is an original spark of divinity in each of us that is indeed a very sacred, holy thing, and that the expansion of the original divine spark is our spiritual development. God recognizes only the good and instructs the Adam, man, to open his consciousness only to good thoughts, and by the waters of denial to cleanse his consciousness of the evil. The body is divine, and every activity in the body temple is fundamentally divine. We must know this, realize it daily, and if we would make our bodies fit dwelling places for the Holy Spirit. In the lower part of the abdomen, near the base of the spinal column, is ganglionic nerve center, which, spiritually quickened, has power to perform a wonderful work of the kind symbolized in the story of Noah and the flood. The nerve center is symbolized by Jesus' apostle Thaddeus. It presides over the elimination of waste from the body temple. It eliminates error thoughts from the mind and expands the good. When working under the light of spirit, the faculty of renunciation or elimination establishes a freedom in soul and body consciousness that gives a tone and strength and elasticity to the whole person. Letting go of the old in an orderly and decisive manner, at the same time laying a hold of new, engenders a sweetness and a lightness of the whole being. If you will please repeat the affirmation with me 3 times. I decisively let go of the old and lay hold of the new. I decisively let go of the old and lay hold of the new. I decisively let go of the old and lay hold of the new. Thank you.
So earlier, last week, I was driving north on 78 and happened to be behind an 18-wheeler. So as the light turned green, of course, the truck starts and he hits the gas, and as huge trucks do because they're carrying such a load, it took him some time to get to speed, and of course all the cars are impatient and wanted to go around him, but I sat behind him for a bit. I was watching all the other cars speed up on either side, and you have to gain momentum. And I remember when I didn't have a car that had as much pickup that sometimes I would lean forward to try to, as if that would push the car to make it go faster. And I wondered if the truck driver was doing that. Come on, baby, let's go, let's go. But as I sat behind him and we're moving forward, and he's gaining momentum and starting to go faster and faster, just slowly, as they will, I thought about spiritual journeys, and when things start to hit us and it's time for us to work on yet something else, right? Because there's always something. And if our hearts and our minds are open, there will always be something for you to work on. Always. So if you're coasting through life and you don't have any stuff hitting the proverbial fan, then you're probably not walking through life with your eyes open, with your heart open, seeking something or seeking to grow. You're probably not paying attention, because I believe that Spirit is always speaking to us, always leading us forward through something, to something, and I believe and I have discovered that we're always led to our highest and best, yet again. And once you think you've gotten somewhere, it's not the end. It never is. Because we're always led into expansion, into creation. This universe, God is creation, is creator. At the same time, creator and creation. And so as infinite, unique expressions of that divine, we too are continuously in creation and creating. So if we're open, we're aware of what's happening, and we always see the opportunities we have to grow and expand. But it is often like that big 18-wheeler. We start chugging along, we start chugging, and things are starting to move. We're starting to be aware. We're feeling things, and that's kind of what the drag is as we're moving forward, and we're kind of putting the brakes on, or we're feeling that lag, because sometimes we don't want to go there. Most often, we don't want to go there. And most often, well, always for me, I don't know what's coming. I don't know where this truck is going. This truck full of stuff that I have to unload so that I can move forward to my highest and best. But I try to stay open. So I stay chugging forward, and then I start working. And if I'm in prayer or meditation, then that allows us to start moving forward more quickly, assimilating, processing, growing, expanding, learning, letting go. So Dia read about renunciation. Again, that's our power for the month. The power to speak out of existence what you don't want in your life. The power to let go of what you no longer want to experience. And then you have more energy, more time, more space for the highest and the best that is coming to you. You got to make space for what's coming. Because you can't load all the good onto all the baggage, all this toxic stuff, all the other stuff you're carrying that no longer serves you, that has never served you. And it may have served you at a time because it helped you to cope with something. But it's a coping mechanism, and it may not always be healthy. Most of the stuff I had to let go of did not serve me. I had let go of it, but it did allow me to survive something. So I learned to cope through some kind of stuff. So it served me for a time, and then I thought, oh, this doesn't work. So one of those examples is tamping down my feelings. If I don't let my sadness come up, then I don't have to look at it or feel it. I don't have to worry about the tears. I don't have to feel the pain. If I stick it somewhere down below and pretend it's not there, and so sometimes it starts here, I can tamp it down, and then something happens, it bubbles up, and I go, oh, well, I don't want to feel that, and then I push it back down again. Or I'm someplace where it's inconvenient. I'm at work, something triggers me. Got those things that go, pfft, and make you flinch. Yes. Or something punches you between the eyes, a song, something somebody says, something somebody does, and all of a sudden you're uncomfortable, and then you tap it down because those feelings are starting to come up. You think, oh, I can't cry at work. There's no crying at work. Can't do this, and you push it back down, but now it's here. It's not this level anymore, but it's coming up. And pretty soon it's here, and pretty soon it's in your face. It's in your face. And then we get a chance to look at it. But if you won't look at it, you can't heal it. Can't heal what you're not aware of. So you're still chugging along. And if you watch these trucks, sometimes when they're trying to move forward, they're kind of doing this. It looks like they're not going to quite make it. And it feels like you're not going to make it, doesn't it? When you're trying to move forward. But if we stay open, if we keep our foot on the gas, moving forward, knowing that at some point the momentum starts to work, starts to kick in, and then we start to move, then we start to heal, then things start to work. You start to see things that are there to help you. The billboards of life that come up, the next song that comes on the radio, the next thing a friend says to you. I was on social media this morning, and these poems came up from somebody I've never heard of, somebody named Lucas Jones, and I listened to 2 of his poems, and I listened to them over and over again, and every time I listened to them, I heard something else. And I kept listening, and I listened to him all the way here in the car. So for 10 minutes, this poem that took about 30, 45 seconds, I kept listening it over and over again, and I kept hearing something else, and my voice caught. And my heart kind of, and I thought, oh my gosh, is that beautiful? Oh my God, is that hitting me between the eyes for some reason right now? Those seemingly random things that come up that help us along the way, that help us and give us momentum so that we start moving forward. We're not chugging and shaking anymore. We're starting to move forward, and we're starting to feel that wind go by us and push us forward to our highest and best. That's why we're talking about renunciation, because you got to shed that baggage. You got to shed the weight that keeps us from our highest and best, that keeps us from moving forward with some momentum. But you got to shed the stuff decisively. Let go of the old, as we affirmed earlier, and open up to the new. Remember, I've said many times that you can say out loud, I don't want that anymore. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to have it. I don't want to experience that. I don't want that to be my experience of life. You get to say that out loud, and that's our power of renunciation. And then you get to say what you do want, and you move forward. That gives us the momentum to move, streak towards our highest and best. Sometimes it feels like when we're chugging forward that nothing is happening, and that somehow we're different, or somehow the problem is bigger, or it cannot be conquered, or it cannot be healed. But if we stay the course, it's important to stay the course. Keep your foot on the gas so that you can move forward. So that you can move forward towards your highest and best. Get past that season of drag. It doesn't mean that somehow you are less, that somehow something's wrong with you. It just means in the beginning it can be dicey or ugly or confusing or painful. There may be feelings. Let them come up. Might be tears. Let them out. There might be anger. Get in the shower and scream. Get in the car. Windows up. Yes, windows up. Before you scream. Scream in the car. Do what you have to do to let it go. Shed the stuff. Let the emotion run through you and out. Make room for the good. Make room for the joy that's waiting for you. But don't let the shaking and what feels like no momentum scare you or stop you. Pedal on the gas, pedal on the gas. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Or else you'll never get to the point where you're kind of streaming through and you're feeling like, all right, this is working. I may be still processing, working, discovering, but I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward. I feel better. I feel lighter. Something is working, and you may not know what that is. You may not be able to articulate it, but you feel it. You feel it. And letting yourself feel it takes trusting what this is, the body is. The body temple speaks to us all the time. All the time. So if something resonates with you in your body and feels good or feels lighter, then it's good. But we're not always taught to trust this. Because the body is often associated with shame and sin. It's your body temple. But we have to be willing to trust what's here, what's speaking to us. The signals that we get, that something's either right or wrong. You know that phrase when the hair goes up on the back of your neck? And something's going ding, 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 ding. Danger, Will Robinson. Go the other direction or stop or think. Beware. Trust it. It helps us along the way. That may be some of that chugging forward in the beginning when you put your foot on the gas. Those signals, those things, and you're feeling it, and it feels wonky, and you still haven't gotten any momentum yet because you're hearing things. But if you keep listening, if you stay open, then sooner or later you'll get to where you're feeling the momentum happening. And you can take a deep breath, you can relax, you can smile, and say, okay, this is for me. I'm good. I'm in the process of becoming, of expanding, and it's good. The power of affirmation allows us to call it good before we see the good. You can always say, this is for my good. And it will be. One of the lines in one of those poems I heard this morning was, if you decide that something is bad for you, it is. Metaphysics, we talk about that all the time, that you get the power to call it good. You get the power to bless something, and it will. Because thoughts are things. Quantum physics, thoughts are things. The visible world comes from the invisible. And part of you saying something out loud pulls something from possibility into manifestation in your life. So as you're chugging along and trying to gain momentum, talk to yourself. This is good. I'm moving forward. I'm learning. I'm discovering. I am open. I'm moving towards my highest and best. What's before me is for me. It's all good. because it's all God. All is well. I am well. I am abundant. I am love. I am harmony. I am compassion. I am unconditional love. I am peace. And you keep saying it even before you see it. Speaking it brings it forward to you, helps push you forward so that not just your foot is on the gas. It brings the universe with a capital U, God, Spirit, the quantum world. Harness it for you so that you can start gliding forward effortlessly. Effortlessly. And all the things you construed as problems, as hindrances, as hurdles to jump, all of a sudden flip and become there to help you on your journey towards your highest and best. But we got to know that. We got to feel it. And before you know it and feel it, you can say it and bring it in. We get to flip the switch. We get to flip that switch. You don't like something? Flip the switch. I don't like that. I don't want to experience that. I don't want that in my world. And then speak into existence what governs your world and your experiences. Know that you have power and authority to do that, to say that, to be that. To look at something, a problem, a challenge, and say, you are no problem. You are no thing. I'm stepping forward in this, in my power, in my authority. I'm speaking this into existence. What is it that you want? So here we are in mid-February, and we've got these words we've decided on, the energy that we want to step into the year. And so we're here in the beginning of the year, and we're chugging. We're at that, where the light just turned green when you decided the word, and now you're still trying to figure out, what does this mean? You've got some hints on what it means, wherever you're feeling some of that backdraft, some things holding you down because you're not sure, where's this going? What's going to happen? Why the heck did I choose this word? You're feeling uncomfortable, but just hold on. You can affirm everything I need to figure this out, to know it, to be it, is right here within me, because it is. Everything that we need, everything we desire comes from here, your inner self, your knowingness, your consciousness. And we get to create that. Get to create that. And as we move it, harness it, as we affirm that it is there, that as we affirm our divine authority, our power, our strength, we get to push that truck of life that we are, that is us. And really, the cargo is our consciousness, because that's what allows us to move. And then we stream forward. Then it feels like the brakes are off, that everything that was holding you back no longer exists. It's all behind you, laying on the road behind you. And you go from 18-wheeler to Maserati. And you're humming along. And then when something else comes up, it doesn't mean you go back to the 18-wheeler. It means you got to learn how to navigate now in this Maserati that you are now, this Maserati of consciousness. How do I drive this thing forward? Because now I'm learning how to drive this thing at 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. How do I stay? How do I hold that on the road? How do I move forward in that? How do I drive this thing, this new consciousness, forward? It doesn't mean you went back to the truck, the bungling and shaking at the beginning. It means I got to learn now at this level of expansion how to move towards my highest and best. You don't shed the Maserati. You move forward to whatever's next after that. I don't have another car that's better than that in my head. Oh, yes, those. Or maybe you no longer need that vehicle, a vehicle, or that is an analogy, and it's just you soaring these wings. Whenever you've moved forward to a level of expression, you don't lose that when the next thing comes along. You're just learning about this new problem, this new situation. How do you be who you are at this level with that issue? How do I drive this consciousness forward? And then you go to the next level. Stuff shows up, different stuff, but you navigate it at that higher level. Doesn't make what happened before bad. It just means you were at that level, and now you're at a new level. And sometimes at the newer, more expansive levels, it may feel like we're back in the truck, but you're not. Celebrate everything that came before this level. Celebrate it all, because it all helped you get here to where you are now. So the stuff may feel heavier. It may feel deeper. It may feel like there's a bigger fan with more stuff. But you have greater, more expansive consciousness to handle all of that. And your understanding of God and your understanding of yourself in relation to God expands. You should know yourself differently in each level as you move forward. Celebrate every single level. Stay the course. Keep your pedal to the metal. Just keep moving forward. And everything you need will show up. Everything you need will show up. Everything you need is already there. We just have to open our eyes to it. One of the other lines in one of those poems, there are two different poems I listened to. At the end of it, one of them, it said, "You're looking for heaven, but you're the one hiding from heaven." Looking for heaven, but you're hiding. The other one that was really nice, God wrote the book, but you've got the pen in your hand. Just look at what I gave you. Why are you writing something else? It's all here. It's all part of the journey. It's all to be celebrated, I feel. And I think we can get to that moment of celebration when we truly know that all is God and all is good. That's why I keep saying it's important to know what you believe about God and about life, because that determines everything. Everything. If you think the world is against you, the world is against you. And everything will show up as that. But if you know that there's a power and a spirit and an energy that has your back, not only has your back, but is your back, nothing can stop you from your highest and best. And you'll know that everything is for your highest and best. And the question will be, when stuff comes up, how do we deal with this? Show me what's within me to deal with this thing. Because I know you got it. I know you've got my back. I know you are my back, Spirit. What's my next step? Remember, take the one step. The one step you're given at the time. Take the step. Do that. Be that. When you're given the next step, step forward. The truck, the Maserati, doesn't have to worry about how many lights, how many traffic lights are up above. Doesn't have to worry about if they're yellow, green, or red. Just drive where you are, right here, right now, in that moment. Drive that, and when you approach the light, you deal with the light. Just drive where you are, stay on the road. Foot on the gas. Drive where you are, not worrying about what's behind you or even next to you or in front of you. Drive where you are, knowing that all is God and all is well. All is good. Keep driving to the highest and best. So what's your philosophy of life? And if it's not working for you, change it. You're not stuck in your current philosophy unless you choose to be. Looking for heaven but hiding. Looking for heaven but hiding. How many times have you hidden from the heaven that's already here? One of the other lines in one of those poems I loved is, you don't have to die to have heaven. It's right here, right now. You don't have to die to get it. Heaven's here, waiting for you to say, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. Heaven's right here, right now. Amidst whatever it is you're working through. Heaven's right here, right now. Heaven's right here, right now. What do you believe? What do you want? Don't curse the journey. Bless it. And the more you bless it, the more you move forward. More quickly, more deeply, more openly, more gratefully towards your good. Towards your good. Let's take this in a meditation. So we continue to work on renunciation and release. What's holding you back? What's holding you back? What are you allowing to hold you back? Nothing can hold you back unless you allow it. What are you holding on to? What else can you shed, renounce, release? What's next level for you? Is it emotion you're holding on to? It's stuck down in some corner of your gut because it feels too dark and heavy. Is it old beliefs about yourself? Something you've said to yourself for years, for decades, something somebody else is saying to you now, whispering at you, yelling at you. Is it some circumstance that seems to never change or cycles back? Is a pattern of pain? What is it? Are you willing to renounce it, to let it go? Or have you gotten comfortable in the rut you've dug? Do you need to let go of blaming others for where you are and who you are? And is it time to affirm, I am taking back my power? I am a unique expression of the divine, with the power to create my world, my experience, to call in all of the good that I know is waiting for me. To expand into person I always dreamed I could become, but did not dare approach. What is it? Keep asking, what do I need to release in order to move forward to my highest and best? And trust the answer and move forward. What's holding you back? Let's take some moments of quiet to hear what we need to hear from our own souls. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're deeply grateful for all insight, for the ability to listen to our souls, to hear the divine speak through us and as us to guide us toward our highest and best. We're grateful for the momentum that drives us forward, for all the gifts along the way, all the miracles that show up, that guides us and blesses us. We're grateful for spiritual family that surrounds us and holds us. We're grateful for the power to create, to renounce and affirm. We are grateful for it all. We bless it all. And we celebrate now all the goodness that is overflowing into our lives. We call it good and we call it ours. We're deeply grateful for the divine that creates all things, that sustains all things, that loves and holds all things, especially us. That holds our hearts, our minds, our bodies, our spirits. We are grateful for being empowered with all that we need for all situations. All that we need for all situations. We are grateful for what's before us, for we know those things are for us. And we get to shine more brilliantly as we move along our path of life. Not only for our own joy, but for the joy of all humanity, for all those we come into contact with who are blessed by our presence, by our spiritual strength and power. We are grateful for life, for love, for each other, for we are one, and for God, that oneness, that goodness, that unconditional love that is life. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen.